you ever feel like the life you're living isn't the one you imagined? You keep going, smiling, surviving. But something inside whispers, "I'm meant for more." That whisper is truth trying to reach you through the noise. Because sometimes, the life you built begins to crumble, not to punish you, but to free you. When life breaks you open, it's showing you the difference between what's comfortable and what's real. Seneca once said, "Every new beginning comes from another beginning's end." So if something has ended, a dream, a job, a relationship, don't call it failure. Call it graduation. Starting over sounds brave when it's someone else doing it. But when it's you, it feels terrifying. You question yourself. What if I fail again? What will people say? But you're not starting from zero. You're starting from experience. You've already survived storms that others never saw. In Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl wrote that when we can't change our situation, we're challenged to change ourselves. That's what beginning again really is. Changing from within when life refuses to stay the same outside. Section 2. The Gift of Rock Bottom. Rock bottom doesn't mean you're finished. It means you're standing on solid ground at last. When J.K. Rowling lost everything, she said failure became the foundation on which she rebuilt her life. That's the secret. What you call the end is often the start of clarity. Look at Michael Jordan. Cut from his high school team, he said, "I've failed over and over and over again, and that is why I succeed." Every legend has a season of breaking. Rock bottom strips away what's fake, so truth can breathe. Section 3. Pain as preparation. Pain is a teacher that doesn't whisper. It demands attention. Kobe Bryant called challenges opportunities to rise. That's what pain really is, an invitation to rise higher. Tyler Perry once slept in his car. He said every no was God's way of protecting his yes. And Steve Harvey called his homelessness a transition, not a tragedy. Maybe your hardship isn't punishment, it's positioning. Maybe life is stripping away what's temporary to give you what's eternal. Section 4. Redefining success. We grew up chasing numbers, money, followers, trophies. But success isn't about having more. It's about becoming whole. Paulo Coelho, in The Alchemist, said, "When you truly desire something, the universe conspires to help you. But first, it tests you to see if you're ready." Success is peace of mind, not noise of applause. It's waking up knowing you're aligned, not just employed. George Eliot reminded us, "It's never too late to be what you might have been." And that's the promise. It's never too late for you. So, if life has broken you open, if you feel empty or lost, remember, emptiness is space being cleared for something new. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are not late. You are being prepared. Breathe. This isn't the end. This is Chapter 1. Your beginning. Let us talk about the courage to walk away. There comes a time when holding on hurts more than letting go. You try to fix it. You try to make it work. You tell yourself, maybe it will change. But deep inside, you know. It's time to walk away. Leaving isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's choosing peace over pretending. It's realizing that you can't heal in the same place that broke you. You were not created to stay where your spirit can't breathe. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can ever do is to take one step away from what's familiar and walk toward what's true. 1. The fear of letting go. We hold on because we're afraid. Afraid of being alone. afraid of starting over, afraid of losing what we've already invested. But think about it. How many times have you held on to something long after it stopped holding you? A dream that expired, a relationship that drained you, a habit that numbed you. Letting go feels like dying, but it's really a form of rebirth. Viktor Frankl, in Man's Search for Meaning, said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." Sometimes that change means walking away. Not because you've given up, but because you're growing up. 2. The power of decision. Every transformation begins with one decision. A decision to stop settling for less than you're worth. A decision to stop begging for what should flow freely. A decision to choose yourself, not out of ego, but out of alignment. Nelson Mandela said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." Courage isn't walking away without fear. It's walking away despite it. Fear says, "What if I fail?" Faith says, "What if I fly?" And sometimes you'll never know which it is until you take that first step. 3. Lessons from athletes. Moving forward with purpose. Athletes understand something powerful. You can't win today's game if you're still replaying yesterday's loss. Kobe Bryant once said, "The moment you give up is the moment you let someone else win." He wasn't talking about basketball. He was talking about mindset. Serena Williams said, "I don't like to lose, but I'm not afraid to." That's the difference between fear and freedom. LeBron James left Cleveland and got criticized by millions. But he said, "You have to be able to accept failure to get better." He walked away to grow, not to quit, and he came back stronger. Walking away isn't always leaving something behind. Sometimes it's walking toward a version of yourself that can finally win. 4. When walking away means healing. Leaving is not always about rejection. It's often about protection. Maya Angelou said, "When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time." Some people and places were only meant for a chapter, not a lifetime. But we try to stretch moments that were never meant to last. It's okay to outgrow what once fit you. It's okay to release the version of yourself that had to survive. You can thank the old you and still walk away. Because healing is movement, forgiveness is freedom, and peace begins where pretending ends. 5. Faith in the unknown. There's something sacred about the unknown. It's where faith lives. It's where destiny waits. In The Alchemist, Paulo Coelho wrote, "When you walk, the road appears." You don't need to see the whole staircase, just take the next step. You might not know where the road leads, but you'll know peace when you're on the right path. Every great comeback begins with one quiet step away from what no longer serves your soul. So, if you're standing at the edge of a decision right now, if your heart is whispering, "It's time to let go," listen. You don't owe your future to your past. You owe your truth to yourself. Walk away, not with bitterness, but with gratitude. Because every ending makes space for a new beginning. You are not walking away from life. You are walking toward freedom. Let's dive into the discipline of rebuilding. When you finally walk away from what's breaking you, the silence can feel strange. No more chaos, no more noise, just space. That's when the rebuilding begins. And rebuilding is not glamorous. It's slow, it's quiet, it's daily. People love the before and after pictures, but they never show the during, the messy middle. The middle where discipline must carry what motivation cannot. Because the truth is this: healing is not a moment. It's maintenance. You can't rebuild your life overnight. You do it brick by brick, day by day, decision by decision. The ancient Chinese proverb says, "The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today." That's the philosophy of rebuilding. Start today, even if it's small. Look at Kobe Bryant. Every morning at 4 a.m., while others slept, he was practicing shots alone. He said, "Great things come from hard work and perseverance." No excuses. Rebuilding your life works the same way. You rise early. You show up. You practice peace, gratitude, and purpose until it becomes muscle memory. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is love in action. The world sees results, not repetition. But it's repetition that creates transformation. James Clear, in Atomic Habits, wrote that every action you take is a vote for the kind of person you want to become. Every morning you choose consistency over comfort. You're casting another vote. Michael Phelps trained 6 hours a day, every day, for years, even on birthdays and holidays. He said, "If you want to be the best, you have to do things others aren't willing to do." That's discipline. It's lonely. It's tiring. But it builds unshakable confidence. Because one day, when the results come, you'll know they weren't luck. They were loyalty to your own effort. When people rebuild, they often rush. They want instant progress. But true rebuilding is subtle. Like a seed growing underground, change happens where nobody sees. Bruce Lee said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." That's the heart of mastery: repetition, refinement, and patience. You don't need dramatic leaps. You need faithful steps. Maybe today, all you can do is take a walk, make your bed, drink water, or forgive someone. Do that, and tomorrow, do it again. The small disciplines are the scaffolding of greatness. Discipline isn't only physical, it's spiritual. It's trusting that every small effort counts, even when nothing seems to change. Viktor Frankl reminded us that those who have a why to live can bear almost any how. Your why is the anchor that keeps you steady while rebuilding. When the old life falls apart, it's easy to lose focus. But faith is focus. It's seeing with your heart when your eyes see only ruins. Muhammad Ali said, "It isn't the mountains ahead that wear you out. It's the pebble in your shoe." Stay mindful of the small irritations. Fix the small things early. They become big obstacles later. Keep your eyes on the mountain, but keep your heart in the present step. Rebuilding isn't meant to be done alone. Even strong walls need scaffolds. Nelson Mandela built his freedom movement in community. He said, "If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Surround yourself with builders, not critics. People who remind you of your light when you forget. People who speak life into your silence." Accountability isn't pressure, it's protection. It keeps you aligned when emotions try to pull you off course. Rebuilding isn't easy, but neither is regret. So choose the hard that heals. One day, you'll look back at this season and realize the days that felt like struggle were actually the days you were laying foundations. Every habit, every choice, every sunrise you met with effort instead of excuses. Those moments are the architecture of your comeback. Because discipline doesn't just rebuild your life, it rebuilds you. Now, let us talk about the science and spirit of change. Change. We talk about it like it's magic. Like one morning you wake up and everything's different. But real change isn't lightning. It's gardening. It's patient. It's daily. It's invisible before it's obvious. Every time you choose to think differently, act differently, or forgive instead of hate, you are literally rewiring your life. You are not who you were yesterday, and you will not be who you are today, tomorrow. Because the human brain, the human heart, the human spirit, they were built for transformation. Scientists call it neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reprogram itself through repetition and experience. Every thought you repeat strengthens a neural path. Every new decision lays a new road in your mind. That's why habits matter. Not because they look impressive, but because they literally reshape your brain. Dr. Caroline Leaf, in Switch on Your Brain, says, as you think, you change the structure of your brain. When you focus on gratitude, empathy, and purpose, you're not just being positive, you're rewiring for peace. Every time you rise after failure, your brain learns resilience. Every time you forgive, your brain learns freedom. You're not broken, you're rewiring. Courage isn't just emotional, it's chemical. When you step into fear, your brain releases dopamine, a reward signal that says, this is growth. That's why facing hard things eventually feels empowering. Dr. Joe Dispenza, in Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, writes that you are not doomed by your genes, you are shaped by your thoughts. Every time you act with courage, you're teaching your body what safety really feels like. Not in the comfort zone, but in the growth zone. That's how you rebuild confidence. Not through talk, but through action repeated until it feels natural again. Science explains how you change. Spirit explains why. Because there's something sacred about starting over that logic can't capture. In the book of Isaiah, God says, behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? That verse isn't about religion. It's about awareness. Sometimes the new life has already begun. You just haven't noticed it yet. The Stoic philosophers taught this too, that peace doesn't come from controlling everything, but from surrendering to what is. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the universe is change, life is opinion. Meaning, you don't control the waves, you learn to surf them. When you mix science with spirit, you stop fighting the storm and start sailing through it. Look at Serena Williams. After childbirth, injuries, and setbacks, she came back to compete again at the highest level. When asked how, she said, I've had to learn to adapt. I've had to learn to evolve, or Elon Musk, who lost fortunes building PayPal, Tesla, and SpaceX, and kept reinventing himself. He said, persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. Even Maya Angelou, who endured trauma and silence as a child, said, I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. Each of these lives proves one truth. Change isn't something that happens to you. It's something that happens through you. Change isn't a single decision. It's a daily declaration. Wake up. Breathe. Remind yourself, today, I choose renewal. In Atomic Habits, James Clear reminds us, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. That's why your morning routine, your prayers, your reflections, they matter. They're the quiet architecture of transformation. LeBron James once said, I'm not chasing anything. I'm working to be the best version of me. That's what spiritual discipline looks like. Becoming, not chasing. You don't become new in one giant leap. You become new in one quiet choice at a time. Science says your cells renew themselves every 7 years. Spirit says mercy renews itself every morning. Both mean the same thing. You were never meant to stay the same. You are a living pattern of renewal. Your brain, your body, your faith, all built to begin again. So stop fighting change. Invite it. Let life rearrange you into something wiser, softer, stronger. Because every sunrise isn't just a new day. It's a new you. Moving on, let us look at the gift of failure and forgiveness. Every comeback story hides a truth we rarely talk about. Before the rise, there is regret. Before the freedom, there is failure. We all carry memories that sting, moments we wish we could erase. But what if failure isn't something to hide? What if it's the very material from which strength is woven? And what if forgiveness of ourselves and others is the doorway through which every new life must pass? Failure hurts because it exposes us. It shatters the image we built and forces us to meet ourselves without the mask. Nelson Mandela said, "Do not judge me by my success. Judge me by how many times I fell and got back up again." That's the measure of a soul. Not how perfect, but how persistent. Every time you stumble, you gather information. Every mistake is feedback, not finality. In Mindset, Dr. Carol Dweck writes that people with a growth mindset see failure as instruction, not identity. They ask, "What can this teach me?" instead of, "What does this say about me?" You can learn more from a single heartbreak than from 1,000 easy wins, if you're willing to listen. There comes a day when you stand in front of a mirror and realize, no one is coming to save you. That realization isn't despair, it's deliverance. It's the moment you reclaim responsibility for your story. Kobe Bryant once said, "Everything negative, pressure, challenges, is an opportunity for me to rise." That means even your mistakes can be used as ladders if you step instead of sit. Look at Thomas Edison. After thousands of failed attempts to create the light bulb, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Failure doesn't end you. It educates you. Each wrong turn narrows the distance to what's right. Forgiving yourself is harder than forgiving anyone else. Because you know the details, the times you quit, the chances you wasted, the words you wish you could take back. But holding guilt doesn't heal you. It anchors you. In the Book of Joy, Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu remind us that compassion begins within. They said, "If you have no compassion for yourself, you are not capable of developing compassion for others." When you forgive yourself, you're not excusing the past. You're releasing the power it had over your present. You can't build a new house on old rubble. Clear the ground with grace. Maya Angelou said, "Forgiveness is the greatest gift you can give yourself." And she was right, because resentment is self-imprisonment. Forgiveness doesn't mean trust. It doesn't erase accountability. It simply frees you from the poison of carrying hate. Even Nelson Mandela, after 27 years in prison, walked out and said, "As I walked out the door toward my freedom, I knew that if I didn't leave my bitterness behind, I'd still be in prison." That's forgiveness, releasing yourself from yesterday's cage. Athletes understand the necessity of short memory. Missed shots, lost matches. You process, then you move. Serena Williams said, "I don't dwell on the past, I just step forward." She's not ignoring mistakes, she's refusing to replay them. Michael Jordan once laughed, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. That is why I succeed." Grace is built into the rhythm of mastery. Learn, release, repeat. If you fall 7 times, rise 8. That's not cliché. It's neurology and spirit working together. Your scars are not shame. They are evidence that healing happened. Brené Brown, in Rising Strong, wrote, "Only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our light. The pain you've endured is now data, insight, empathy, direction. Use it. Teach it. Let your former failures become someone else's roadmap. So breathe. You have nothing left to prove, only lessons left to live. Failure shaped you. Forgiveness freed you. And both prepared you for what's next. You are not the mistakes you made. You are the strength that survived them. Let this chapter end not with regret, but with reverence. For the miracle that is you, still here, still building, still believing. We therefore have to learn to live as a phoenix. They say a phoenix burns before it rises. It's born again not by avoiding the fire, but by becoming one with it. And maybe that's what you've been going through. A burning season. The loss, the endings, the silence. It wasn't destruction. It was transformation. Because rebirth never happens in comfort. It happens in the ashes, where everything false is burned away and only truth remains. You have walked through darkness, but now the dawn belongs to you. There comes a moment in every life when something shifts quietly, powerfully. You wake up, and the pain that once felt endless suddenly feels like purpose. The same tears that once drowned you now water your growth. This is the rise, not loud, not flashy, but steady. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." Rising means daring to take up space again, to dream again, to believe again. The phoenix doesn't apologize for rising, and neither should you. After loss, we often forget who we are. We start describing ourselves by what broke us. But you are not what happened to you. You are what you decided to become after it. Maya Angelou said, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it." That's the essence of the phoenix. Changed? Yes. Reduced? Never. Michael Jordan didn't let failure define him. He used it as fuel. Serena Williams didn't let doubt silence her. She turned it into dominance. LeBron James didn't run from pressure. He said, "Pressure is a privilege." They didn't become who they are by avoiding the fire. They became who they are by trusting it. You are not a victim of your past. You are a sculptor of your future. Once you rise, you must decide why. Because strength without direction becomes noise. Viktor Frankl, in Man's Search for Meaning, wrote, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how. Your why gives meaning to your movement. Without it, success feels empty. Purpose isn't found. It's remembered. It's in the quiet things that light you up. The stories you tell, the people you help, the peace you feel when your work matches your heart. You don't need to change the world. You just need to change someone's world, starting with your own. Because purpose doesn't start with fame. It starts with faith. Gratitude is the oxygen of new beginnings. It turns every scar into a story, every loss into learning, every tear into teaching. Oprah Winfrey said, "The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate." Gratitude rewires your perspective. It helps you see not what you lost, but what you gained through loss. When you look back, you'll realize the fires that almost destroyed you were the same ones that forged your wings. Be thankful for every lesson. Be proud of every scar, because every one of them says, "I made it through." You weren't meant to just survive. You were meant to build, to inspire, to leave something behind. Kobe Bryant once said, "The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do." That's what legacy is, turning your comeback into a compass for others. Every time you tell your story, you light a path for someone else still walking in darkness. You give them permission to start again. Your survival is proof that healing is possible. Your growth is a roadmap for those still stuck. Your rise is a revolution. So here you are, alive, wiser, stronger, freer. Not the same person who began this journey, but someone new, forged by fire, shaped by faith, lifted by grace. You are living as a phoenix now, rising, shining, burning brighter with every fall. Karl Barth once said, "Although no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start now and make a brand new ending." And that's your calling. To start now, to write a new ending, to live not as a survivor, but as proof that it's never too late. Because you've walked through the fire, and you didn't just survive, you became the flame. To the Rebel Life Lessons community, if this message spoke to your heart, if you've walked through storms and still have the courage to rise, then welcome home. This isn't just a channel. It's a family of rebels, dreamers, and rebuilders. People who fall, get back up, and choose light again. We share stories here of pain turned into power, of ordinary people becoming extraordinary through courage. So if you're ready to rebuild, subscribe, share this message, and comment, "I rise." Because every time one of us rises, we lift the world a little higher.